Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use Cursor. Cursor is an AI code editor, just like Visual Studio Code but with AI, and also like GitHub Copilot and other code editors. But this one is a very powerful one and most people use Cursor. So I'm going to teach you how to use it from scratch, and this is for beginners, so you don't need to know how to program. And this will make it easier if you don't know how to program and then you want to learn. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to cursor.com. You want to download Cursor. I have to download it for Mac because I have a Mac. I already downloaded it. And if you don't have a Mac, then you can see here for Windows or Linux or anything else. I think it's just those three, right? Okay. And if you're a student, I would recommend going to cursor.com/students because you get Cursor Pro for 1 year for free. As you can see here, if you're a verified university student. So what you do is you go to verify status, and then this will make you log in with your that EDU account. And see, you need to have like a valid EDU account, and then you should be able to verify. They will ask you about some things like which university you go to. You have to select it from a drop down and all of that. And then they'll send you an email, you'll confirm, and then you get Cursor for free, like the Cursor Pro. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to do all of this, and after you have downloaded Cursor, then you want to open Cursor, and it's going to look something like this. I'll show you new window. It will look something like this. Okay, and the reason why I have this open is because we're going to work on this page a little bit using Cursor, so just to show you like a real example. Okay, so this is how Cursor looks like. You have all of this. I have Cursor Pro, as you can see. Here is the settings, open project, clone repo, or connect via SSH. So you can use any of this. So these are all of the projects that I have already, and you can just go new project. In my case, I already have a project, but if you don't have a project, just create like a new folder and open it. You can do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open an existing project, and this one is Alt Text Generator AI. So this is like a complete website. So I already have the website going here. It's already running. I think I might have to run it again, but I already have it there. So let me just go here. Yeah, and you can tell the AI anything. So you can be like, okay, run this project for me. And this is how it looks. So it's very similar to VS Code. Okay, so you have this new window which you don't have in VS Code, but it looks identical to VS Code if you ask me. And what you want to do is, here you have different things, right? So you can add context, and this means that you're gonna select any of these pages that I have here, and then you're gonna give a context to Cursor so that the Cursor can work with it, and then it will make it better. It will be more efficient with the tasks that you ask Cursor. So for example, if I want to add context, you can go through the files, you can go through the code, the docs, Git, past chats, Cursor rules, and we can explore the Cursor rules and anything like this, Cursor rules for context as well. And these are some of the common ones that I've been given to Cursor. But like if you go to the files and folders, then you get all the files and all the folders and all of that. These are some common ones once again. So I can go through the code. Yeah, there is no code here. Anyways, yeah, docs, Git, and all of this. Okay, or you can just type like a file, right? So let's say that there's like an API and French route. Okay. I can go here, and that'll be like API, and let me see if you see this. Yes, API, and then French, and then you'll see the route, and then I'll give it the route to that file. Okay. So I'm not gonna do this for now, but we'll use that. So agent here, this means that you're gonna use an agent. So this can be manual. So for manual, you decide what gets added to the context. So here you have to approve and be like, okay, I want this. And we'll be using all of this. Ask questions about your code base. So this is just for asking, just to get explanations about what you do and all of that. And then agent, this is this plan, search, and as it says, builds anything. So this takes over, and then it will start building based on your code base that you have given it. If you don't have any code base, you can ask it to create like an application, and then it will just go and create the folders and all of that. Okay, and then you can also select the model that you want. There are many models here. So if you have let's say that you have the Cursor Pro, then you can use more models, right? And some of them have like a cost. So this is like 0.05 per request and per tool use. Usually the one that I like the most is Claude. You can use Claude 4 or Claude 3.5. The one that I use is 3.7. I think it's good enough for the things that I do. But if you want to select any of the other models, you can do so. Usually the GPT models or the like OpenAI models don't work well for me, at least. I don't know what your experience is. Just leave it in the comments. But yeah, for me, usually it's Claude. I think it's a very good one. Auto select, that helps you like select like the best model. It will like Cursor will take over, and then it'll select the model that Cursor thinks it's the best for the task that you give it. In thinking, you can also select like it selects like a model that does the thinking. There's like some of them that do thinking, which is I don't remember exactly which one it is, but there's one that does that, or maybe more than one. Okay, you can also provide like an image and be like, okay, I want and I know this is a lot of talking, so maybe it's better just to show you, but yeah, you can provide an image and be like, okay, just reproduce this UI or something like that. Okay, and then here you submit it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is the following. So just to show you how it works, I'll say run this project. Okay, and once you say that, you can see that's thinking, and also I'll help you run this project. Let me first explore the project structure. Usually when you don't give it context, it just goes through the entire code base, and then it sees what it needs to run the project and all of that. See, so right now it knows that it's in, so you can see, wait, let me show you here. So here you have to approve it, right? But you can also be like, okay, auto run. So then it will run all the commands. I like to keep it like ask every time, because sometimes it does things that you don't want it to do. That's why I just keep it at ask every time. But and definitely you can just choose auto run, and then it will run all of these commands. So right now you can see that we're in alt text generator AI folder. I can show you that here. So we're in alt text generator AI, right? So I said run this project, and what it did was like, okay, I need to cd into alt AI, which is where the project is, and then npm run dev. And then if we run it, you'll see that it starts running. See, it's already in localhost. So let's go to localhost and refresh, and you'll see that the project is running. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Sometimes it does that, but yeah, it's running. See? Okay, so let's go back to Cursor. So if we go back, it's running and all of that. Okay, you can move this to the background, or you can skip and all of that. Right now it's running, so that's a good thing. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna ask Cursor is to, I have this list of languages here, and you'll see them on the page. So if we go here, so this is like a plugin for different services. It has different integrations, and what I said is that it provides this information it's inaccurate. So I have like a couple of languages here, and I'm telling the users that that you have like 100 languages that you can use this alt text, which is not true. That's why I'm gonna correct this. What I'm gonna do is the following. So I wanna edit this, right? So I wanna actually add just the languages that this plugin supports, and it's no more than 100 languages. It's less. So then let me add that. Okay. And if we go here, I have the list of languages here, and I have a different list of the real languages that I actually use, or that I actually have available. So let me just copy that. And okay, so if I go to the terminal, maybe I'll have to make this smaller because you won't see it, but let me see. Yeah, maybe there it's better. Okay, cool. And let's do this, and let's do this. Okay, So what I'm gonna tell it is the following. So I'm gonna be like, okay, I need you to replace the languages. Need to replace the current languages with an updated list of languages that I support. This is the new list, and I'll give it the new list, which is, these are the languages that I actually support. So edit the section and add these languages. Okay, so it will know what to do. It will start looking through the code base, and then it will get to this page where I have the languages, and then it will be like, okay, I see the languages, so I will replace all these languages in the section where they're used. Okay, so it will do that, but I don't want it to go through the entire code base because it takes time, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it the context. I'm gonna give it the file where all these languages are located because I wanted to save time, right? So basically, you can do it in two ways. So if you go to the file itself, so I know where, so this is in app page.tx, page.tx, home languages, right? Here, okay, yeah. So there's two ways to add context. You can just select all of this file, and let me close any other files that I have here. Yeah, and then I'll just select all of them, Control C, and then if I go here, I'll do, Control V, and then you'll see that the page will be added automatically. Another way to do it is just to go to where it says add context, and then here I'll be just, I know where it is, so app, page.tsx, and then I'll just give it like that. And then it's the same thing, it gives context to the page, okay? And then you can open it and see which one you're giving context to. You can see like a preview of it, see? Okay, so let's just do this, and what it's gonna do the following. We go to the page, what's gonna do, it's gonna replace this for a new list, and it's gonna change the entire section here, hopefully, okay? All right, so let's just do this, send, and let's just wait for it to, and you can also select a model. Yeah, I think I mentioned that, but right now it's using the Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Okay, and it takes time, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't know why it takes a long time. See, but right now it didn't look through any of the things in the code base because I already gave it context, which is a great thing to do if you wanna get this done fast. Okay, the languages provided and all of that, let me make that change for you. Okay, so it's working on it, and while it's working on it, you can see here what's happening, and see, it started replacing and adding more languages with the flags and all of that, and you can accept the changes or not. So I'll accept them. And I like to go this way. I like to go step by step and see what it's doing. And I don't like to let it loose, right? And do things on their own, because sometimes it changes things and I don't want it to change things dramatically. That's why I like to supervise it a little bit. So for me, it's always like, I have to approve the changes. And see, right now it's done. I've updated the languages list with all 35 languages you provided, keep it in the same format, and the flags and all of that. Okay, and as you can see, it did update, here, like the languages with the flags and all of that. What it didn't update, it was like this here, and then it didn't update this here. So I'm just gonna provide like a screenshot now so that you can see that feature. Okay. So I have that screenshot, and then maybe I'll just move it like this. So you can just drop it there and you'll see that the image was attached, and be like, okay, so now we can say, I don't know, great, but you're missing the title, which has, but you're missing, but you still, I don't know, but you didn't update the title, and the plus 83 more button or something like that. And I know you cannot see this, but let me see. Button. Yes, just please update this too. Okay, you can be like, okay, see a screenshot, but it will see the screenshot, and if I'm given the context, it knows which context it was as well. So let's make it work. Okay, and it will do it once again. Okay, once again I keep pressing this. Okay, I'll update the titles and the plus 83 more button to match the new language count. Let me make that change for you. Okay, so it's making the change. Once again, a lot of supervising and waiting and just clicking on yes or not. Okay, so you can see that's applying the change. So accept file or just accept here, same thing. Plus more coming or something like that. Okay, yeah, I don't like that particularly, but yeah, it's fine. So it's still generating, and global reach with 35 plus languages. You can see that it just added the new number of languages there. Plus more coming. Okay, it says still generating, even though it just did the whole thing. It just gives you like a summary of what it did. Changed the heading, updated the description to mention over 35 languages, changed the plus button, more coming. Okay, so maybe I'll just change the button myself. You can go here as well, and you can double click here and see what changes it did. And you can also, here you have copy, or you can be like show options, reapply, show code. If you click on show code, you will see the code that it changed and all of that. I'll just go on the left here, which is the code, and then I'll go to, let's just search for more coming here. Okay, so I got to that point. So let's say that I don't want this. This is another feature that you can use, which is the tab feature. So let's say that maybe I don't like this, right? I like something else. You can start typing and they will give you recommendations. So plus more, maybe just plus more, right? Plus, see, and it gives you recommendations. So more languages coming soon, right? And then if you just press tab, then it's gonna include that tab. See? Okay, maybe I don't want that, so plus more. I'll just leave it at that and then save 5. Yes. Okay, maybe I just don't want this. I'll just remove this one. See how it looks like that. Yeah, I think that looks better. I don't like what it was there before. Anyways, okay. So now we've done that, and let's say that I want to ask what it did, right, or something. I don't know. I want to understand this page. This is maybe not my code, and I want to understand this. And I'll go here where it says agent, and then I'll be like ask, and then I'll be like, okay, can you explain this page to me? This is like a big page, so maybe a different one. Let's just do like an API one. API. Yeah, maybe this route, which is the WordPress route. Can you explain this page to me? All right, let's see what it does. This one is not gonna make any changes because you just switched it to ask. So then it will tell you, this is an API route for handling WordPress integration with your. Oh, you're not seeing this. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, but it was saying, this is an API route file for handling WordPress integration and all of that. It uses the course header, check API key, has this endpoints and all of that, right? So it says this API allows WordPress users with your plugin to send images to your service and receive all text generated, and it explains everything. So you can learn using Cursor as well, okay? All right, so that's that. For the first video, I think that's good. Maybe we'll explore more Cursor features. Maybe we'll explore this more in depth. Let me know what you think. If you like this tutorial, if you want me to build something with Cursor, maybe I'll do like a different tutorial. Okay, so if you want to see the settings and the things that I have and maybe set your own settings, you can go to open Cursor settings. Here it's going to show my email, so maybe I'll just go to the feature. Here you have the Cursor tab, right? And then it tells you all the things that you want to have active. You can copy mine. These are the ones that I have. Auto import. I have the chat. I always use agent first. Auto refresh chats, auto scroll to bottom, and all of this. Enable auto run mode. So this is an important one. So if you don't like to be confirming what Cursor is doing, or like you don't want to be like, okay, accept this file, don't accept this file, and stuff like that, then you can click on this one, right? And when you click on this one, then the agent is gonna do what it thinks it's best. So then it can just run all the commands, create folders, and do anything to your code. So it's a little bit dangerous, but it depends, and it depends what you want to do, right? So if you want to run a while, then just enable this, and you can also allow list, deny list, and then put some commands that it can run and some commands that it shouldn't run, and yeah. Don't ask again for preferences. I don't have that there. Iterate on lints, auto accept diffs, play sound and finish, and all of that. So you can add all of this, right? And this is the section where your code base is indexed. So if you have more files and you see that they haven't been indexed, then you can just resync the index, or you can just delete the index and resync it again. And sometimes when you start and you don't have like a code base already indexed, the first thing that Cursor is gonna do when you ask it to do something, it's gonna index the database, or the code base rather. Okay, and then it has more features like models. Here are the models that are available. You can allow, activate them or whatnot. Add your own model. You can add your API key, and this is when some of the, so let's say that they ask you to pay, right? So then it's gonna use your own API key. You can add your Anthropic API key, Google API key, and all of that. Okay. The rules, we'll touch on this maybe in a different tutorial. MCP, same thing, and then this is some beta stuff. Okay. So let me just close this, and yeah, I think that's it. That's the tutorial for Cursor. This is just for beginners. Maybe we'll explore this in depth in a different tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, please leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments as well. Share this with other people. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.